Imagine holding a camera and capturing a moment so disturbing, so raw that the world wasn't supposed to see it. History hides behind walls of silence, but photos, they never lie. Tonight, you'll witness shocking images that governments tried to bury, that families never wanted released, and that expose the darkest side of humanity. Stay until the end, because some of these photos will change the way you look at history forever. One haunting photograph shows the Hindenburg airship engulfed in flames in 1937. Passengers are still visible in the windows, while chaos erupts below. This photo was never meant to circulate widely. It revealed the horror of what was supposed to be the future of travel. Instead, it exposed mankind's arrogance, showing how technology can collapse in a single spark. Another chilling photo comes from 1912, the Titanic's deck chairs, empty and adrift in the ocean after the sinking. It's a silent reminder that luxury and wealth could not buy survival against nature. During World War II, countless shocking images were censored. One photo shows rows of American soldiers frozen in the snow during the Battle of the Bulge. Officials feared releasing it would crush morale at home. From Hiroshima, a photo of a man's shadow burned into a wall after the atomic bomb. No body remained, just the outline. This wasn't art, it was evidence of the unimaginable power unleashed that day. Another rarely seen image, piles of shoes from Holocaust victims. Each shoe had an owner, a life, a story. The Nazis wanted no evidence of their crimes, but the photos survived. In 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear meltdown stunned the world. But some of the most shocking photos came from inside the abandoned hospital. Gas masks scattered across the floor, children's toys left behind, and the Ferris wheel of Pripyat rusting in silence. These weren't just pictures. They were proof of a ghost city frozen in time. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s produced heartbreaking photos too. Children with dust masks covering their faces, staring hopelessly at barren farmland. The U.S. government didn't want these widely circulated because they revealed the failure of policies and environmental neglect. Sometimes the most shocking photos aren't of ordinary people, but of powerful leaders. A rare photo of Adolf Hitler in his final days inside the bunker shows him frail, weak, and broken. Not the invincible dictator he wanted the world to believe in. Another hidden image. Joseph Stalin airbrushed out his own comrades from official Soviet photos once they fell out of favor. The altered and original versions side by side show how history itself can be manipulated through photography. One photograph from 1963 shows civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. being arrested for demanding justice. The police wanted to humiliate him, but instead the photo became a symbol of courage. Another powerful image. A Vietnamese girl running naked down the road, screaming after a napalm attack in 1972. This one photo shifted public opinion on the Vietnam War. It exposed the unbearable truth politicians wanted hidden. Sometimes shocking photos aren't of war or disaster, but everyday reality. In 1900s America, children as young as 5 were photographed working in coal mines. Covered in soot, exhausted, their eyes lifeless. These images forced child labor reforms. Or the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. Mass graves dug for victims, with priests blessing the bodies from a distance. The world wanted to forget this pandemic, but the photos kept the memory alive. One terrifying photo shows Pompeii victims, their bodies preserved in ash, frozen, mid-scream. Centuries later, these haunting images remind us how powerless humanity is against nature. Another rare photo, the aftermath of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Entire villages flattened, families gone in an instant. Many governments initially restricted these images to avoid panic, but the truth couldn't stay buried. From the 9/11 attacks, one photo captures people falling from the Twin Towers. Newspapers avoided publishing it, fearing backlash. Yet it became one of the rawest representations of human desperation. Another photo, secret CIA black sites where detainees were photographed hooded, shackled, and broken. These were never meant for the public eye, but once leaked, they revealed hidden brutality. Some photos are so disturbing that they remain rarely discussed. Images of lynchings in America during the 1920s with crowds of smiling onlookers, or photos from Cambodia's killing fields, where victims were photographed moments before execution. These are history's silent witnesses, proof that cruelty can be disturbingly ordinary. But not every shocking photo is about tragedy. Some reveal hope, the iconic VJ Day kiss in Times Square, raw joy after years of war, or Nelson Mandela smiling after being released from prison, his fist raised high. Even in the darkest times, photography shows us resilience. What you've just seen are more than photos. They are fragments of truth. Governments, leaders, and even society tried to bury them. But history refuses to stay silent. Every photo is a witness, every frame a testimony. If you learned something new today, don't let these stories disappear again. Share them, talk about them, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button so we can keep uncovering the hidden history together.